I am with you, certainly. That's right. This is the first game of the ESEA main this season. It's season 41, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me just check. Hello, hello. Yeah, I think my mic should be on now. Okay, there we go.
That's right. However, this matchup, Blackhand versus Destroy the Odds, and Nuke is going to be the map. Looking forward to Nuke, actually. It will be a great opportunity to see what Destroy the Odds can do on their T side of Nuke. Not the easiest map to play the T side on. And towards the end of last season, they certainly showed that they are a T-sided team, and with great synergy, with great lurks, at least from what I've seen. And I think that will be a huge aspect in this Nuke. First game of two that will be played tonight.
Yeah, and also the first game of the season for Destroy the Odds here, while Blackhand have played their first match already, winning 16-8 against TT Willhaben on Ancient. Now, we do have some news for the DTO team here. We do have a new IGL and a new coach that they will be sporting for this season, which incidentally will be their attempt at ESEA main right here. Now, do you see any prospects? Do you think we're going to be seeing something a lot better this season with the introduction of the new player and the coach?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I think Gospel was the IGL before this. However, it will be nice to see what Gospel can do with like being able to focus on his game. And well, when you sign a new player, especially like on that deserted position, it's time that usually like usually experienced IGLs can take care of any team, and I have high expectations for this, especially as it's his debut official match. So like we'll see what we'll have in store for the whole season, so to speak, and I'm very excited for it.
Now, what do you think about the fact that Blackhand have been playing in ESEA main for the past 3 seasons, while Destroy the Odds are sort of newcomers here because they qualified from the Intermediate League last season?
Yeah, I'm not too sure that it does matter. To be fair, like when you are a new team, you can't quite start at the high level, and I certainly think that Destroy the Odds belong in this level. I really can't predict anything. I haven't seen like all the teams that are going to compete, but I've seen some tier 3 teams such as Isako Boars and 00 Prospects as well playing in this at this level. So I mean, like I would need to see some matchups before I can say anything. But I think that Destroyed the Odds will be up there without jinxing, though.
No jinxes indeed.
What are your thoughts of it, of this
Well,
season?
I think Destroy the Odds have a good competition spirit, and they're willing to sacrifice whatever it takes to get to the top, which we've already seen them do before when they've worked hard on qualifying for ESEA main. And with the addition of the new IGL, we get some fresh ideas. And on top of that, Gospel, I mean, you already have one smart player, an addition of another one, and on top of that, a brand new coach that brings his own element into it. Might be either a total success or it'll take some time until they build up. But I'm really hopeful here, and I only see positives ahead, really.
Yes, currently we are waiting for the players to join. On the T side, we only have Sime in the server. So maybe the IGL needs to explore the map in order to make up some strats, don't you think?
For sure. He's probably thinking of where do I throw smokes on this map? Perhaps looking at outside, just testing what he can really get done there. Probably throwing a flash above T-spawn, seeing if anybody in CT gets flashed.
Yeah,
Now,
wow.
we can see that the teams have joined incorrectly, kind of, because Destroyed the Odds.
Well, it doesn't matter towards the beginning anyways.
Of
They'll
course,
be
we will be
changing
switching
sides
over.
eventually.
Sure.
It will be correct when the game starts. However, uh, the game should be starting any moment, but not all players have joined. The only hard thing from my perspective is that there is not a lot of research you can do on these teams. Uh, Especially I wouldn't call them no-namers, but like new teams to these tournaments, especially to ESEA. You could maybe potentially look at how they perform on Face It or look at their Face It level, but to be fair, that doesn't tell us a lot. We can see that the majority of ESEA main players' ELOs on Face It is around 3.5k, and if you look at like the top level of Counter Strike, it's around 4.6k and above.
Now,
But not
those are
not
some
everyone.
insane numbers.
Yeah, I'm still grinding from 500, but that's another story. We can take it later.
Hopefully, we'll get to 600 one day. Um, but on the other side of it, 3,500 elo might seem like it's nothing compared to pro players, but these guys are already really, really good at the game. So, just seeing how far these teams can make it from here is also just a very interesting thing to look out for. Just seeing how far the Destroy the Odds team, the Black Hand team, every other team in ESEA main really can get. Because we've seen teams rise out of nowhere into stardom before. Now, we do still have only 6 players connected here, so we're still waiting.
Just one question that I thought of just now. When it comes to the high level of CS, usually Nuke is very city sided, also ancient. But let's take in consideration that this is not a professional high level game. Do you think that the map will be more or less city sided, or do you think it will depend on the teams and players?
Well, I usually think of it like this: a good CT team will be good on CT on pretty much every map, because I think about it in terms of a CT or a T team, or a team that prefers one side over the other. If you have an IGL that lets you just make plays and isn't micromanaging you, perhaps the CT side might be the weaker side, because on T side you feel a lot more free, you're not holding it. While on the other hand, let's say you have a micromanaging IGL, then the CT side might be the much stronger one, because you got everything down to the T in terms of what the IGL wants from you. Now,
Fair enough, fair enough.
we have experienced both of these types of IGLs, you and me. And what would you say would be the preferred strat if you're playing Nuke? And what type
Well,
of IGL would you like then?
it's such a big difference. Okay, I exaggerated with 500 elo, but let's say 1500 face it elo. When it comes to micromanaging on puggy maps such as Mirage or Inferno D2, that is so stupid. But when it comes to Nuke, maybe if there is a very experienced IGL, maybe micromanaging is the play. Especially if you maybe watched your opponent's previous demos, seeing their tendencies, and if you're able to keep all that in mind when micromanaging your players, then sure. So maybe on Nuke, Overpass, let's say Vertigo, or maybe Overpass is a too big of a map, but I would say in more advanced maps, sure. On puggy maps, no.
No, interesting. You do mention Overpass there as well. So in terms of IGLing an Overpass, do you have any experience?
Well, not really. Is it anything in particular you're thinking of?
Well, I'm thinking of the CT side there. To me, at least, in my experience, I've seen that the IGL usually lets the A player play a lot more freely, so it's kind of a combination of both the micromanaging and the free playstyle because the people on B usually get to be micromanaged and sit in very certain spots. Now, if you get to the top level, that varies a lot. But if you're just talking about the experience of, let's say, the average player, right? You still get the micromanaging on B site, but the completely do whatever you want on A site as long as you don't die. Just play passive enough to give us the information, give us time to rotate, right?
Yeah, sure. Like it feels a bit odd that we are talking about overpass because we're heading up to nuke. But however, like I agree with you. But when it comes to the A site, like there are so many choke points. You have long, you have the fountain area towards mid, you have connector, and usually there are only two people holding A, and you can't afford to give the T's that much space. So like holding from site, it's no option, at least towards the beginning of the rounds. So it's like sure you should play freely because let's say that the IGL is holding B, he does not have the same information as the A players does. So as the A players do. So there is no point for him to micromanage like what their decision would be. But maybe it can be a simple call as play passive, play for information, and back off until eventually you'll need a rotate from one of us on B.
Sure.
But I agree with you. Sure. Like maybe you can have an opera as well, just holding various angles, getting some support, fire off a bullet, and just back off. Eventually, the T's will press their way into the A sites, but just not playing aggressive and risky is the key, at least on when you're holding A on CT side of overpass.
Now, the reason why I bring up Overpass is because I think Overpass is played in terms of the meta strategies kind of similar to Nuke. Because the, let's say, the A long takes to take A site on Overpass is kind of like outside. It's pretty similar because you still get the choke point at the end. Like, of course, you don't have the same amount of angles that you can be held from if you're pushing A long on Overpass, but if you look at it in terms of where the placement of the choke points are and the amount of plays that are going to be outside, I think it's a pretty similar situation that you get yourself in. Now,
Well,
if you
sure.
think about A site on Nuke, can you draw any parallels to the overpass hold?
Well, not really. Or maybe it's like to begin with, like both maps are very city-sided, but I cannot see like any correspondence between the two maps because like the A side is literally above the B side on Nuke. And when you look at like when it comes to rotations, you can rotate from many spots in Nuke. You can go secret, you can drop vents, you can come from ramp down to the B side.
Excuse me
And when it comes to
for interrupting, but where is A site on overpass located? Could you
yeah,
remind me?
I was just getting to it. So it is the A side is also above the B side, but you can either like if you're rotating from B up towards A, you can just go up from heaven up to the stairs, or you can go like behind connector. But it's very rarely that you can rotate that way because it's very risky. And yeah, on Nuke you have three choices that aren't too risky because it's when you go, let's say you're gonna rotate from, let's say the bomb is planted B, I'm holding main. I can decide to either drop vents and go retake on B or go secret.
Oh, well,
So like I have
vents
like
might be a choke
having
point
options.
that's kind of hard to rotate through if you don't have
Yeah, sure,
information.
but depending on the info, it could be easier. However, like my point is that you have more options when you are retaking, which makes it a bit easier, I guess.
Sure,
But
sure.
B is so hard to retake on Nuke, anyways, in my opinion. Like when it comes to retaking B on Overpass, that's another story. But when it comes to retaking A and having to rotate from B, well, that's a bit tougher. Even though there are like you have the container and the bank having some utility as well. Like there is, if you're on your own, then it can be tough. But if you have some supportive utility coming out, then sure. But maybe we're talking about this too much because I see there's a knife round waiting for us.
Yes, we are getting into the match now. Knife round starting here with the Black Hand on the T side and the DTO squad as the CTs.
And the team left click comes in early on. Let's see if that will matter. Wow, a team kill in the knife round, but doesn't matter because Black Hand win it, and they'll be starting on the T side.
The
Sorry, CT side, of course.
doesn't seem to work for me.
We have 2 players pre-muted. If you try it, if you can put it in again, and maybe put a 1.
Yeah, I've tried that as well.
Well, there will be Blackbird and Cat until further notice, however.
Yes. Now, we do have a kit picked up on the CT side as Frazee already gets an entry here on Mr. Blackbird. T's seem to be lining up outside.
Well, we have everything on the point of view of Dexter, who eventually dies as soon as we change off to Riz. Riz is holding outside from the heaven area, but after getting that entry from the CT side, the T's have picked up 2 on their own names. So we have some difficulties here when it comes to the auto direct.
Okay.
We are ready to go. We haven't missed anything other than the T side going for an A side execute, or at least what it appeared. Cat is already out on the B side. Can isolate a duel. Can he get the entry? He can get it before the helps come in. Zulu trades it. Zulu with another headshot. All down to the new IGL. Let's see how big of a brain he has.
2v1 here for the CTs. Assign fake plants. They both push down. They're pushing him. And they close it out. Zulu here with the 3rd kill of the round.
Zulu with a beautiful round. He more or less didn't have any help, but he managed to get it to work. So the pistol going to the CT British side.
Now, it was a very valiant attempt there to still try to fake out the plant, try to get the clutch going. Unfortunately, they just pushed in together, and it didn't go his way. Now, we do have the CTs with the default setup here, early on, and the T's going on a full eco. As we see,
I feel so bad for these guys being pre-muted. Like, when you think of a pre-muted player at our level, usually you think of a toxic player. But these guys, like, when it comes to them, maybe they've played too much matchmaking, and yeah, the low-level opponents thinking they're cheating and just getting those reports feels so bad. However, Blackbird with an entry with the Glock, so maybe this MP9 can farm up some cash at least for this T side on those Glocks. The IGL can't get anything. Sure, like, this is good enough already. 2 kills on the full eco. Not bad.
Yeah, definitely got some money on Fruity, for example, got a few extra hundreds there. Now I just noticed the paint-drawn logo from Kura, which looks very nice there, almost perfect.
Yeah, I found the issue. Look at it should be CL_sanitized, not sanitized. So sanitized, and I think we'll be ready to go.
There we go.
There we go. Finally. Now I can focus as we can do on our first rifle round. Very aggressive towards the outside, gets the entry, but the IGL is already fallen. So a trade from the CT side, and Pablo with decent headshot, 10 HP, but gets another in the meantime.
No, a 4v2 here for the T's as the players with the worst weaponry survive for the CTs. Oh, and a no-scope by Dexter. A really nice shot there, and Hell upgrades to an AK while the T's decide to plant and take their after plant positions. Now, Joster also upgrades. Let's see if the CTs decide to go for this, or if they just decide to make the economically smart choice and save.
Well, the economically smart choice here is to save. Like, I wouldn't even give it a look, to be fair. You had full utility, sure, but the odds are not in your favor, and, like, think about it this way. Like, I'm gonna jinx it towards the T side, because the bomb is so far ticked. Like, sure, they'll come out with the save anyways, but like, you have two AKs, like, you should not even risk it. Because with those two saved AKs, you can have full buy in this round. But giving it a peek there just to get rid of one key player, not worth it in my opinion.
Now, that was pretty decent economical damage, so it worked out. Now, if it would have gone the other way, then we would probably not be seeing a as well established buy here for the CT side. Now, this is sort of a full buy against full buy situation in terms of just weaponry, almost. But the defensive utility for the CTs is what is lacking, so we'll see how far they will be able to get with that. Now, I fully expect the T's to go for a fully executed round here, so with the lacking utility on the CT side, I expect nothing but duels.
Yeah, sure, like, we saw the confidence of the T-sided players in those duels. Like, Kura with that entry and Pablo with two beautiful kills on the A side. Like, so confident. The IGL falls again, traded by Kura. Meantime gets another kill, so just 3 counter-terrorists left.
Now a 4v3, but low HP on Kura. A 3v1 now for the T's with 2 players below half HP.
Yeah, Fruity with a beautiful spray from the spooky area, and that's the round locked in as if Kura can cross. No need to cross, just hold the angle and get the round. 2-2, and the British side will be relegated down to an eco.
Now a solid start here for the DTO side, even though the scoreboard says it's pretty even. They have been managing to get the kills without issue. We have seen other teams lacking on the entry area, however, DTO has had no problems with that. Now the CTs line up for a unorthodox take of outside garage here.
Well, they seem to be stacking towards main, which seems very weird. So who do you think will be getting those eco frags?
Well, my prediction is 2.
Let's see, they're gonna line up a flash outside. Maybe they could catch Pablo off guard with that max time. No, Kura takes first contact, takes one with him, but yeah, 2 kills already for the CT side. So that's good enough. You're gonna want to run away with that AK. And just let the T's plant.
It looks like the T's are even going B here, so a third kill comes in.
Well, I wasn't really expecting this. Like, you had enough information to go to the A site, but maybe just didn't want to let them save that AK.
Another solid round here from the DTO side, even though they did lose a few players. Now going into another full buy round here. We see them gearing up. Now, have you seen any major flaws from the CT side yet here on the defense?
We've had just 2 full rifle rounds. I haven't seen too many flaws. Just they've been caught off guard and maybe not winning duels that they should have. So eventually helps out with the second. This is what I mean. Just fruity, easy. Like, they have so much confidence and they managed to get the CT side catch them off guard. So maybe they need to adjust a little bit on the early rounds to be ready for what could come. That a duel is like half a second away to come at any point.
Now the CTs are already saving, and it seems like this round just went by a flash. All the confidence that you're speaking of truly showing here for the T side as they just burst out on A, take control, smoke off everything they need, and just plant the bomb. And even the peeks through the smokes that catches everybody off guard. Fruity's just there. He's just ready for it.
Yeah, may I just ask you to put on the X-ray for our viewers to be
Yep,
able to see where the opponents are?
it's
You
turned
have
on.
done so. And just lower the in-game sound to 0.05. 0.05, yeah?
0.8. That was I was on 1.0. 0.05, huh?
No, 0.1 is good. I've casted plenty of games. 0.1 is decent enough. However,
It seems too low. Let's do 25. Just try it out, see if it works.
sure, it's the first game of the season anyway, so we have plenty of time to adjust, I guess.
Sure.
However, the X-ray is here, so it will maybe be easier to watch, I guess.
Hopefully. Now, we have a few upgraded pistols here for the CT side, a few armors, not on everybody though, as the Ts look up for a default and get ready, throwing some utility outside here.
Yeah, pretty passive stance early on, lining up some outside smokes, and I think that's the play. I think Syme is reading this economy correctly, so you just want to take some long, some like how to say, like long duels. However,
It's
they
a
seem
nice
to be
fake
heading
here.
towards in. Yeah, it's a decent fake, but no reaction. I think there's somewhat of a ramp stack. At least two players are there.
Well, that's because the T player outside has already crept all the way down, as you can see. He's already outside A main, going
Yeah, let's see what the
towards
5-7
campus.
can do in big box. Syme is there. And he's on the board all of a sudden. He went 0-0-5, now has 3 kills, but Zulu with that B250 get the kill. Pablo with a spray control and a 2v3 here for the cities. Ghostbiel plants the bomb, and I think Zulu should be heading for the save. However, we have not seen the British side saving a lot. I have to tell you that we cannot see the game currently on the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm watching this stream on my second monitor. It seems to be fine.
Yeah, we don't have it on the Twitch.
It says it's not on the game. I don't know. Are you still not seeing the game?
Give it 5 seconds. No, it's still not on the game. Very strange. However, it's 5-2 to destroy the odds. Very sorry for the inconvenience.
Yep, just getting that fixed really quickly. Let's see if it is fixed right now. Now it's good? Great. Perfect. Well, we apologize for that.
We are back, but as I said earlier, it's the first game of the season. We have plenty of time to adjust. However, this full rifle round, the T's seem to be heading outside. And they are down secret, and no reaction quite yet from the CT side.
Now, I need to just quickly get this adjusted right here. 1 second. Let me...
Well, all of a sudden, the T's have taken this round fruity with a double in a lobby, and just Jostera left to save this M4. Yeah, I think we have some issues when it comes to the auto director. So you have to be tabbed into the game for it to work. I don't know if you've been that, however. So just make sure that the auto direct is on.
There we go. Everything should be fine now.
Well, I won't be making any more justifications. But well, we have plenty of time to learn how everything works, I guess.
Sure thing. Now we do have the T's up 6-2 pretty quickly here, as the CTs upgrade a few pistols that saved M4. Also in the hands of Zulu, as the T set up for another default early on here.
Yeah, but like look at it this way. Like it's 6-2 here on the T side. At this point, like you should be heading up for a 7th as well. Like that's a very good T side around. But it's very simple from Destroy the Odds. Like look at Pablo. Easy headshot. Sure, he gets traded. Nice shot from Praise, but you just have to kill 5 of the enemies before they manage to kill you. And if you're on the T side, you have to plant the bomb before the timer expires. So it's so simple. Just kill 5 of your enemies before they kill you, and you got the round. Do so 16 times, you win the match.
Now, you're simplifying this a lot. You also have to think about the bomb aspect. The bomb aspect is very, very, very serious when it comes to Counter-Strike. You have to plant the bomb. You have to take serious after-plant positions where you don't get caught off guard like the T's do right here. And then you have to defend it. Now, if it explodes...
However, I didn't account for this to happen. All of a sudden, the pistols are doing the job. All down to Fruity here, and he won't be clearing above hut, I guess. Wow, caught off guard, and... Wow, this is the Caster's curse. I didn't expect anything to happen after that M4 going down early, but I think it was Zulu coming up from Secret, picking up that M4, getting some easy kills, just lining up with that M4 despite having no Kevlar. So beautiful round for Blackhand. Luckily, Destroy the Odds have the money to invest once again.
Now that was very unfortunate with the timing. The T's didn't manage to get back that kill, but they are looking to exploit early on here on A. They exit out through hut, and 2-for-1 trade in favor of Blackhand.
I missed Molotov costs him 2 kills. Riz looked somewhat like not ready for that. Despite that, he does get 2 kills, so a 3v4. Fraser down to 19 HP, so maybe a potential to trade that, but Riz still left in his position. However, let's see how they will react on the mid round.
Ooh, and a
leg shot.
HP. Leg shot here.
Kure with a somewhat sketchy spray, however, gets the kill. Fruity in the meantime gets another, all down to Justier in the 1v2 clutch. It's very doable. Fruity down to 20 HP, but checks up Heaven just in time and gets the kill. Beautiful recovery there from the T side.
A very solid 180 there by Fruity. Now, we did see the man advantage for Blackhand, and it all just fell apart. It felt like they were just taking solo duels. They didn't have a single duel at the end where somebody was helping you. Very nice isolation there from Destroy the Odds. However, it just felt like the trades were not there for Blackhand. As we get into the next round here, we do see the full buy for the T's, and once again, utility lacking for the CT side.
Oh, look at the HP on Fraser. Syme doesn't give him an inch. Beautiful spray, beautiful nade, down to 22. Sure, like, Syme hasn't had the best game yet. 3 kills only for him. But as an IGL, you're proud enough, like, making the calls. And it has been working so far, so I really look forward to the T side in the future of Destroy the Odds. This is beautiful so far. I'm not gonna jinx anything. I jinxed the previous round. However, Zulu is dinked down, so 2 players on very low HP on the CT side.
Outside smoke coming here from Pablo, as a little bit of fighting was going on in Squeaky. Now they look to be setting up for an outside take. As Curtis sprays one down through the smoke, Dexter goes down.
He was even full HP. That's 4 bullets connecting. Will he be ready for the player in the smoke? We'll focus on that later because the A-side execute is coming in. Zulu at the same position once again. And it should be a save once again. Sure, Rice Wow, Rice with a desperation play and gets 2.5 down to 4 HP, so 2 players very, very low. Maybe Pablo could lurk around, because I've seen him lurking on Mirage, and he has been working out very good, and he gets the first Justiri now trade, so 1v2 for Gospel. Gospel, crosshair in the right position, he's aware of the both positionings. Is he ready? Didn't hear the drop-off, so Fraser with a simple kill.
Now that round just
I feel like
flipped.
Gospel... Well, like there is a way that you can do a silent jump there. I'm not quite aware if he did that. However, I feel like that lineup is... It takes at least some seconds to line up. Maybe 1 or 2 seconds, so I don't think that he was lining up the jump there in that retake. However, I feel like Gospel should have heard that.
Oh, definitely. Very weird to not react there.
Yeah, however, unlucky. He had the position on both players. That was doable, but Rice just somehow manages to get 2 kills from the main position, pushing up aggressive, picking it up, and yeah, it's 4-7, but no reason to be depressed if you are destroy the odds. You're still doing a good job.
Fraser takes a kill, Dexter as well, Joster a third, and it just all falls apart through smokes, through gaps in the smokes for the T's here. And they even get pushed back by the defensive util.
Well, after this very comfortable round for Blackhand, maybe they can build some confidence up and even win this half. But as I said earlier, even 7 rounds on the T side should be enough. I wouldn't be jinxing anything, but you're feeling comfortable going into the CT side with 7 rounds. However, maybe this could be an opening, but I don't think so. Fraser is behind, lines them up, easy kill, 7-5, and for the first time in this match, Destroy the Odds will have to play with pistols.
Well, now
For
remember,
sure, they had... Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
They did play the full eco, but it was the second round.
True, that is. Now, a couple of upgraded pistols here. And let's see what the IGL of Destroy the Odds can get done here. Frazee takes the early entry on Kerr as they line up. 1-for-1 trade here on the ramp. 2-for-1 for the CTs now.
Well, some missed shots there from Dexter. Actually, eventually gets taken down by Gospel. And no player is currently on the B side, so if they gamble and just rush towards it, they could plant, but just as I say it, Zulu makes sure to rotate down. So the M4 of Sime needs to do something for the T's if they want to win this round. And if you look at the money on the CT side, there is even an argument that could be made that there is still potential of breaking this economy, even if you lose this round. They could have a bad buy in the last round, but Dexter holds a very passive angle that works out, and Sime could maybe recognize that the A site is understacked. Wow, that could have been so much worse, but Zulu is up the vents just in time.
Solid opportunity there for the clutch, however it didn't go his way. Now going into the 14th round, we see the full buy from the T's here. Now not a lot of utility lacking. The CT's finally on a full buy with full util. Now whoever loses this round will have a very small likelihood of winning the next, economy wise. We have a default from the T's.
The CT's could save, so let's not jinx. I will try to not jinx in the future. Like, as a caster, it's so easy to jinx and curse. However, outside smokes line up. This time around, various players will be heading there, but Fraser says no. One less of you. Gospel, desperate for the trade, can't get anything done, and because of those smokes, just has to rotate down, but Fraser seems so confident that nobody's down secret, and smokes are just fading. Zulu, is he aware of the positioning in the garage? Dexter is there to kill him. All down to Gospel.
Now the CT's closed this round. 7-7 equalized. Now let's see if Destroy the Odds somehow managed to still grab the last round here and win the last half, or if it's gonna be the Black Hand side closing the CT side down with the victory.
Well, we have seen A-pops early on, which have worked out, but they've just stopped doing it for some reason. Like, I think it was, yeah, the round when the Ritz got 2 kills from main and you lost that post plant. That's when you stopped doing your A-pop, and I can think of at least 4 entries that Pablo has gotten on the A side, so very questionable from the IGL to stop going fast A, despite it working.
Now they do look like they're lining up a quick A take right here as they begin to explode. Almost got the first kill there. One stolen.
Look at the HP, look at the HP.
2-for-2 trade.
So let's see if they can get the bomb down in time. Oh wow, Ghostbill with great crosser placement. Just finds a pixel of the head of the Dexter.
Now 3v2 here for the T's. CTs look to be throwing around a few util so they can flash each other in to the site.
It's only one single flash, but nobody's looking towards that heaven position, and Ghostbill after the flashbang peeks out. And Fraser will not be making this retake. There is no way. They're aware of his positioning. He's down to 10 HP. Would be easy to trade and destroy the odds. Win the T half. Beautiful.
Good half.
Good half indeed. So no long break here. And we'll see the CT side of Destroy the Odds. This is interesting. Let's see what the pistol round will look like.
Now dualies for Pablo early on here as he goes over to the A site, pushes Hut even, looking for the early frag as the T's are ready for it. Gets a quick one. Goes back, peeks in for another, gets punished, goes back again.
And Slime in the meantime takes down Riss. Well, all of a sudden, Justir and Fraser are down on the B side. And Dexter even takes down Sime. Only Pablo and Ghostbill left here. So, sure there's a kit on the ground, but all of a sudden a 3v5 just works out for the British side, and wow, this could get sketchy, especially if you're not managing your economy well. Let's see what Sime opts for. Well, what went wrong there was the ramp position, ramp player taken down, rotation not coming in soon enough, and after that palm plant, you just have to take duels by yourself. So a force here for the CTs.
Now 8-8 equalizes. The CT chases down Dexter through the vent. Now Justir.
Yeah, but is he aware of Justir? No, he's not. However, Zulu maybe can be taken down. No, just a bullet to the chest, and easy mop up for Zulu, and Ghostbill with his deagle won't be able to do anything. Gets even checked by Zulu there, farming up 1.8k there.
Yeah, a very unfortunate round for the CTs down. They just get mowed down through, or by the guy that went through B. Now, we have one upgraded pistol for Pablo, the rest on, well, Fruity also on a deagle, the rest on USBs, as the T's begin to do a quick outside take right here. Right on top of the roof, spams a little bit, gets taken down. 2 for Frazier now, 3 for the T's.
Yeah, what's very scary here, if you look at the economy of the T's. Okay, sure, Fruity takes at least one Mac 10 down, 2 of them. Like if those 2 players had survived, like imagine the economy for the T side. Luckily, Fruity makes some economical damage. Would be doing his best to save that AK as well, but he won't be able to be. So Frazier with a 4K, and we see some individual performance here, step-ups on the British side, and I'd be somewhat scared if I was destroy the odds now, because this rifle round is very important. Not only economy-wise, but when it comes to confidence. Like Simon 6 kills, Ghost Build with 9. Time for the individuals to step up here.
Yeah, the T's begin a very quick take outside, gets the entry, continues spraying, however, he's not out of the range of view. Now Gospel trying to defend the site goes down. Kura still up there in heaven.
Wow. Destroy the odds, getting a taste of their own medicine. This is how the beginning of the T side looked for Destroy the Odds, and they're just not, wow, they're just not ready for... Is he ready for the time? Yes. Curry gets one, they just want to look to save, I guess. No kit on them, and the bomb is half-ticked. Obviously opting for it, but I don't like this decision. Dexter with an easy kill towards Curry. However, they got a taste of their own medicine there. Like, you should be ready towards the beginning of rounds. And that's why I lost that round. Caught off guard.
11-8 here, which isn't the best sign for the CTs early on. The economy once again in shambles, and only one M4 saved.
Yeah, that's 8 of the last 9 rounds for the British side. And I'm getting somewhat concerned right now. I see the duelies on Pablo. What are your thoughts of that?
They have been working for him. I mean, it's a very good usage, as Jostair takes the first kill, and Dexter grabs the second on Pablo.
Well, the bomb is dropped from Pablo. From Ghostwell, sorry.
Oh,
Pablo even gets a dink on... Yeah, so this could be working out. I'm not sure how close to HUD it is. But... Look at the HP, like, this is still doable. They have 2 rifles, Ghost Bell, is he ready for the squeaky push? Oh, he's holding hot, so he is covered. Wow, pre-fire from Dexter, so they can get the bomb and plant it. Yeah, it was all down to Ghost Bell there. But Fruity will be ready for the second player. Ready for Fraser, and mops up Fruity and Curry there. 12-8, and I don't want to say it's the last chance, but mentally it feels that way.
Yeah, the momentum swing has been drastic here for the Blackhand side. Destroy the Odds had a decent lead on their T side early on. Now let's see if it swings back in favor of Destroy the Odds, or if it is like you're saying, like the House of Cards is just on its last card, you know? 2 straight up for the T's. Dexter and Frazier get 1 each. Oh, and Gospel trades one back. Has the correct idea with the vents. Now a 4v3 here for the T's, as they still have quite a lot of util and control of ramp.
Yeah, but no breathing space. Sorry, no breathing space whatsoever for the CTs. Like, it's a 3v3 now, but I still like feel that they are not mentally in the game. Maybe Fruity can say something else. Beautiful one tap towards Zulu. Dexter is holding with the op. Luckily for Fruity, Dexter missed that shot. And wow, just peeks in with the duelist casually and gets the kill. So the two CTs on the decon door, however, Pablo gets taken down and all down to Gospel. You're so desperate for this clutch, but the bomb is heading towards the A site. Rice just trying to hold him obey. And luckily Gospel gets the kill. I think he'll be recognizing that the bomb is going to be planted towards A. When is the ping going to drop? It's going to drop now. So he'll be looking to... Has he realized that it's A? Finally he does, but yeah, he's so aware of his positioning, so Dexter, unless he whiffs this shot, maybe can jiggle it out. Dexter misses the first shot, builds up the duelies. He already got one kill with them, 20 HP, and goes Bill with the clutch. Very important round. Does he have time for the bomb? He does. Wow,
Solid
like
3k there with only 2 HP left after the spam through
yeah,
the
but
smoke.
did you see Dexter like just swinging with those duelies in the control room? Like that's just sick. Gospiel maybe gives Destroy the Odds the ticket back to this game. However, you will need to win this rifle round in order for that to happen. You can't afford losing this round. Just look at your economy. You need to build it up. You need your momentum.
Yeah, the frags, especially as the one in control room, it's like the CTs are just supposed to get that one. They have all the advantage in the world. However, you can never think that the duelies means that you've lost the duel. It seems like the name predicts the duel win. Now we have one down vents just there already early on B site. Molly's ramp.
Well, they should be aware at this point, but luckily he does not have the bomb, so no cheeky bomb plant. Just a cheeky position. Is Foodie gonna check his left? No, he's not. Oh, just in time. Beautiful. It's a
Somehow
5v4 here, and
turns perfectly.
finally an entry for the city side. Maybe that could do... Oh, Kure. Kure with that close quarter up.
Now a 5v3 here for Destroy the Odds, which is a good sign moving forward in this game if they manage to pick this one up and close it down.
Yeah, but
However,
just look at that. As soon as... sorry for interrupting you. Like, as soon as they got the first round, like, Gospel with that beautiful, beautiful clutch. Sure, maybe a missed shot by Dexter. However, as soon as you win that round, what happens the next round? You get the entry, even the double entry. So they choke that 5v3 in the pistol. Let's hope they don't choke it again here.
now the utility isn't really strong for either side here. However, the T's do have both a smoke and a molly, while the CTs only have one molly and a nade.
Yeah, but look at the
Having
time.
flashes.
25 seconds left, and I think that the terrorists will be heading either up heaven or down to B from ramp. Yes, up heaven. Gospiel gets 2 on the spray. All down to Dexter and he's up. And he'll be able to get the bomb down, so somewhat of an ejection in the economy department. And Pablo just peeks into me for, I don't know what reason, but Dexter just, wow, with a no-scope and the molly, gets this to a 1v1. And yeah, Kura without the kit will be very desperate here. Maybe he'll stick this. No, he won't. And yeah, Dexter, he'll be out in the open. And does he have time for the defuse? He does. Wow. I'm not sure what Pablo did there. Sure, you have your like trade potential from heaven there, but he should recognize that the Molotov came out. You cannot go by yourself there.
Yeah, and in the man advantage to lose a player like that, very, very wrong choice right there. Now, you might have all the confidence in the world, however, you have to calculate the fact that the Molotov is spreading down the ladder there, so you're taking damage even before you go up. And the 1 second extra that it takes you while bouncing above the ladder before you land and start to run just gives you even more damage.
I don't have a lot to say. Just a very bad play in terms of a lot of aspects. Your economy, your confidence. But yeah.
Yeah, now even in terms of weaponry, the CTs have worse weapons than they could have, winning that 5v3 cleanly. 2 SMGs here in terms of the MP9s that Pablo and Gospel have.
Yeah, this is a big round. Like, both teams are on the brink of their economy.
Now the util outside, both offensive and defensive used correctly so far, as the T's group up with the lurk and ramp. Now they aren't looking to go down secret yet, just
Yeah,
exploding
4-player
on
towards main, so maybe Pablo close range, that MP9 can do something, gets the first one. No trade potential, it was only Pablo on that side because Ghostbelly gets taken down. So it used to be a 2v2 now, so a 2v2 retake. Luckily both players have kits, but they'll need some bullets in the enemies' heads as well.
Trading here now. Jawstar
Wow,
gets a kill.
wow.
Last person up in heaven for the CTs here in terms of Kura. Now with the
No
Ob gets
synergy at
taken
all.
down.
No synergy at all, Dexter with a beautiful, simple headshot. And just, sure, look at that economy. You'll be heading for an eco here. But something tells me that I guess they'll have some 5.7s or deagles. I hope so. However, I have a feeling that, wow, I was hoping to see some 5.7s. And I was gonna say, like, there was gonna be a chance that you can win an eco, maybe stacking the A side or whatever. But the IGL calls for the full eco. I guess the last bonus should be 2.4k, so you'll be able to invest. But yeah, like the T's have been too good on trading. They're trading, and that has worked out.
A nice
Stack towards the heaven position, but yeah, Bryce is just there and mops them up with the help of Dexter. And 14 to 10, and this is more or less your last chance to string some rounds together. Your last full buy, your last hope. Come on, guys.
Now Seema waiting here for a bit longer before he buys up. Probably speaking to the team, finishing up the call. Now, as you say, it is the last full buy here. Kura does pick up the op. Let's see if he can get anything done with that as the T's push on early. And Kura gets the entry. Pushing down ramp.
Wow.
4 people out ramp. Simi gets
He just flicks away from him. Wow, what a beautiful
tries to
headshot
take
from
the
Just here.
frag back. However, it's a 4v3 here for the T's as they enter B site. One at single door. Also gets taken down by Zulu. Now a 4v2 here. Gospel down fence. Gets one back into a 2v3 here. Now the after plants look pretty solid.
You should be saving here. You have to be saving here. No, what happened to Fruity there? Like, he just flicked away from the player. I'm not sure what happened. However, he just whiffed the spray. And just here with a beautiful headshot towards the Hell player. That wins them the round and destroy the odds. Have to win 5 consecutive rounds here. And yeah, we get back to my question I asked in the beginning of the matchup. Do you think it will be T or CT sided? Certainly, we were both wrong. We were expecting for something more CT sided, but both teams with a decent T side.
Yeah, even better here from the Black Hand as they are already at 15. Looked like a pretty easy match in the beginning of this map here for Destroy the Odds on their T side. However, once Black Hand got going, they got a lot of rounds in a row. Now they're just exploding down ramp, or down vent with the bomb this time. They succeed with that as they only
Wow,
lose one
Syme
burst.
with wow, like
They
you
trade one for
can't be
one.
running with the knife.
Dexter, Frazier, Gospel gets one back. Rise takes Fruity down into a 2v3 here for the CT's 1v3 for Pablo. 1v1 gets the lineup of 2 players.
I would stick this. Just hope. And I would lose this clutch, I guess. However, Dexter versus Pablo. Pablo with the kit. Molotov on the bomb, and Zulu gets the headshots towards Pablo. Wow, beautiful T side from the British side, and that's the game. I did not expect this after that beautiful T side from Destroy the Odds, but I guess that 5v3 on the pistol was just too much to handle mentally, especially thinking about the fact that you've lost like 6 rounds before that. I think, yes, 6 of the last 7 before that. Too much to handle mentally, and just not being able to string some CT rounds together, not break the economy. You had 2 chances to break the economy of the of the T side, and you just did not manage that. Unlucky. Well, yeah. All right. I'll hope that the IGL will be making some adjustments. However, yeah. Thank you. However, I feel very bad for that CT side. I don't know what went wrong. Like, what do you think went wrong? Well, I really hope we'll be seeing something else. I think we'll be seeing Mirage in 1 hour. That's right. Yes. So we'll see if there be less of an IGL, so to speak. If the players can just play with confidence, just as the British side did just now, because they never stopped. They never dropped their W key, and it worked out very well for them. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. And I hope you'll be joining us in just about an hour.